Byron York, I want your opinion on this, please. The budget has passed. I'm saying that makes tax cuts much more likely. Now, I don't know about the timing on this year or early next year. I'm not sure about that. But I think that tax cuts look much more likely. What say you?
Does make it much more likely. Would have been impossible if the budget didn't pass. So it makes it much more likely. The reason to be a little pessimistic right now is because of this timing, because there's so little time left before Christmas that pretty much everything has to go right with this process, and it usually doesn't go right. And also, this is a budget bill, we have to remember, being written in secret by a team of Republicans. It's going to be passed by only Republicans, but whether they can all agree with each other by Christmas is an open question. Now,
the Republicans need 50 votes in the Senate for the tax plan when it appears in the Senate. There are 3 negatives there. Thad Cochran, John McCain have health problems, and Roy Moore, he could potentially vote no on tax. So I see 3 negatives there. Deal with that, please.
Well, on the first two health problems, I think it's just a fact that, I mean, a number of the members of the Senate over history have been quite elderly, and a number of them have had health problems and managed to vote in spite of that. So I think people were a little surprised to see Thad Cochran come to Washington this week and vote. And my guess is that he'll be able to do it in the future. On the Roy Moore thing, you're right. Roy Moore is a big, sort of a loose cannon, an unknown factor here. But remember, in that Alabama race, both candidates were basically saying they supported the president tremendously. I find it impossible to believe that a newly sworn-in Senator Moore would come to the U.S. Senate and his first act would be to stick it to the president on taxes.
I'm giving it an 80, maybe 90% chance that, yes, we get a tax package. Are you with me on that percentage?
I am, because of the desperation factor. We have to remember just how catastrophic the failure to pass something on Obamacare was, which leads to which puts all this pressure on taxes, because the thinking is, we've messed up Obamacare. If we mess up taxes, we are dead next year. So I think that they see this, meaning all the Republicans, see this as their chance to redeem themselves before going to the voters next year.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall. That's my position. Byron, thank you very much indeed, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yes, sir.